This afternoon we're at Old Anniesland for the Scottish Hydroelectric Premier Division 1 clash between Glasgow Hawks and Dundee High School FP. It hasn't been the best start for either side, both only with one win under their belts. But at home this afternoon, Hawks have got a real bit of gas in their back line. They've got Rory Kerr at fullback, James Craig on the wing, and Ricky Munday coming back for his first game after the cup final last year in the centre. And Mike Adamson orchestrating things at number 10. Pretty sharp back division the Hawks have got. Ian Rankin, the Dundee coach, told me during the week he has a plan to sort out Hawks this afternoon. He usually does. He's one of the best coaches around. It's up to his players to see if they can do it on the park.
And just so that nobody gets confused, Hawks are wearing their change strip of blue and white. And early on it was Hawks who drew first blood. That chipped downfield by Mike Adamson, too much weight on it, but pulled back for the penalty anyway. And Adamson, no difficulty in slotting that one to take Hawks to 3 points to 0 ahead. 5 minutes later, and Hawks with a fair amount of territory, a fair amount of possession, and George Uman just getting a wee bit over enthusiastic there. And another opportunity for Adamson, not to be spurned. 12 minutes gone, 6-0 to Hawks. But Dundee knew exactly what they had to do, and when this move worked, it came straight off the paddock. It went straight to Alan Hay, and he sliced through the Hawks defence as though they weren't there. Touchdown under the posts, and wow, big smile there, because that one was obviously one they worked on in training. No problem for Barry Jones slotting the conversion. 7-6 to Dundee. Ryan Milne off the back of the scrum, and Cammy Ferguson clearing the ball, but to no avail. It's a penalty, said referee Robert McKinnon. Mike Adamson slotting that one over to take Hawks into a 9 points to 7 lead with 8 minutes to go in the half. Drive on there by Ali McLean. The ball popped back to Greg Francis. Lead back again. Kenny Sinclair back to Mike Adamson in the pocket for the drop goal, but not quite getting there. Taking Hawks still 9-7 ahead into half time.
Scottish Rugby Radio, Sky Channel 0195, every Monday at 9 p.m. Join Stuart Cameron and his guests for news, match reports and expert comment on the Scottish game. The website has daily news updates and 12 radio channels with extra material. ScottishRugbyRadio.com.
Into the second half, and Dundee piling on a bit of pressure. Ball worked out to Cammy Ferguson. Long ball there to Graham Thompson. And well, look at Ross Lemon go. Yes, not exactly a sylph-like winger, but when you get that low centre of gravity, you're awful hard to stop. Barry Jones, no problem with the conversion to take Dundee back into the lead, 14 points to 9, but it was only a couple of minutes later with Hawks turning the screw again in the Dundee danger zone. Kenny Sinclair out to Gavin McDonald, up to the 22, and looking for quick ball, but not as quick as they would like. Knock on there, but referee Robert McKinnon had already spotted a penalty, and up stepped Mike Adamson to bring the margin back to only 2 points. Well, this was obviously not going to be a runaway match for either side, and it was going to come down to who could hold their nerve and who could kick their goals. And in the final quarter of the game, although Hawks putting a bit of pressure on the Dundee backs, had given away the penalty, and it might have looked a long one, but Barry Jones, no problem. 13 minutes to go, stretched the lead to 17 points to 12 to the visitors. And then came a session which probably is more exciting for referees and referee spotters than it is for the spectators. But at the end of the day, it was a sequence of penalties after that. Wee dart by Mike Adamson almost took him over the line. Kenny Sinclair's pass to James Craig, the winger going nowhere, but referee pulling them back for a penalty, which Rory Kerr decided to take on his own, crash into some Dundee defenders who looked suspiciously as though they weren't 10 metres back, and well, the referee obviously shared that suspicion. Another penalty, this time Kenny Sinclair, Ali McClay, yep, McClay having a wee go, popped up to Donald Malcolm, Malcolm knocked over, play 5 metres from the Dundee line. Who's going to have a go this time? Yeah, why not? Gary Strang, I'll have a bump, he said, but not quite far enough. And while all that was going on, Lindsay Graham got himself a yellow card. Tell us what's happening, said Loch Alan Kelly. A fair bit of indecision on the park, and a wee bit of leadership wouldn't have gone astray there for Hawks. But finally, as they try to crunch over the line, Dundee getting shunted backwards at an alarming rate there. And what was going to come out of this one for Hawks? Was it a try? No, it was another penalty. Getting just a wee bit frustrated there. Grant Strang looking as though he was going to have a dip, but they decided to go for another scrum, and really piling on the pressure there. And finally, over the line, did they get the touchdown? They didn't need to. It's a penalty try, said referee McKinnon. And well, there really wasn't going to be any other outcome from that. And Mike Adamson's conversion taking Hawks into a 2-point lead with 9 minutes to go. And well, Dundee knew that they were going to have to pull out something special to pull this one out of the fire. Ross Lemon again bustling through there, knocking off tacklers, taking Rory Kerr with him. And then it was David Mason's turn into midfield, knocked on there by Andy Fisher. Hawks sensing a chance to get back upfield. Donald Malcolm again pounding forward there, but touch judge had spotted something, and here was the penalty. Now that's the touch line and the halfway line for Barry Jones. He's one of the few club players in Scotland that would attempt that, and my goodness, straight through the posts. Dundee into the lead, 20 points to 19, and Rory Kerr realising just how little time is left for Hawks. No time at all indeed. Poor line out, tidied up there, but Kenny Sinclair out to Donald Malcolm, the young hooker, putting in a terrific amount of work. Rory Jackson looking for support, getting it from Ali Dale. Kenny Sinclair trying to get something going. Final ball out there from Ricky Munday to James Craig, knocked on, and that was the final play. And Dundee delighted with that win. And that man in the background, Ian Rankin, he is delighted. As we said, he had a plan, and these players delivered on the park.
It's been a tough last two weeks for us. We've suffered pretty heavy defeats, especially last week to Melrose at home. And the guys, I have to give them a lot of credit. They trained exceedingly well on Tuesday and on Thursday night. We got held up for nearly an hour in bad traffic today, so it wasn't the perfect preparation. But there was just a real belief. I thought the 2 tries we scored, we shouldn't have been in that position at the end. Obviously disappointed to lose a penalty try so late in the game, which anyway, probably no comment on that one. And you know, Barry Jones said all along there's probably not a better kicker in Scotland, and you know, it's the pressure to get that right in the touch line on the 10-metre line. Yeah, that was pretty special, but just delighted to get some points on the board.
Big win for Dundee on the road. Disappointment for Hawks. Both these sides will still have a say in who wins the title. This is Ron Evans for Scottish Rugby Television at Old Anniesland.